If you're always getting left on red in the DMs and you feel like you're not holding authority with your leads, this video will give you the framework and the perspective you want to have when it comes to dealing with a fitness audience, right? People who are trying to get in shape or people who are needing help with their health and fitness. My client Mustafa came to me with that exact problem and he was not getting anywhere in the DMs with his leads, even though he was getting good traction to his page. This video will show you the mistakes that a lot of fitness coaches make, and it loses them a lot of calls because their leads are not taking the conversation seriously enough.
Do you want me to show you?
Conversations.
Do you
Yeah.
wanna?
How
Do you want to just go over? Okay. Do you want to go over like a framework, like not a script, but like a framework of how you generally go about things?
Yeah, I can show you what I train my sellers on. So hold on.
I'll stop presenting.
What is your current approach to DM setting? Do you know what you're doing in the DMs?
Not, I mean, like I know, like for me, I don't have like my approach is like, okay, know where they are. And then I chop it up with them. So like they'll reach out. If it's an inbound, I'll be like, hey, what's up? What makes you interested? And then I will genuinely spend a good amount of time finding out whys and pains and stuff and like giving sauce. But once we get to the end of like that sauce free value stage, like people just don't convert for me, or I just suck and I lose them.
I see.
So my approach is literally all over the place.
Okay. I'll show you this one. I think, okay, I'll show you, I'll take like 5 minutes to go through the framework, because at the end of the day, I think it's easier if I go through your actual conversations and just point you in the right direction there.
Okay.
I really don't believe in framework is like 10% of DMs, I think. It's literally just a guideline so that people know how to lead a conversation. But it's like once you know the framework once, you don't need it anymore. It's just something that you subconsciously do. So to
Okay.
keep it simple, the structure you want to have for outbounds and inbounds, there's a little bit of difference, but for the most part, it's the same. If you build rapport with them in the beginning, can I ask, do you struggle with outbounds or inbounds more, or both?
I rarely get inbounds. It's mostly outbound that I do.
Okay.
Like all of my clients so far have been outbounds, which is like what, 4 clients now. It's all outbound.
Okay. So outbounds, do you send like a personalized message? Let's say their profile picture, they have something very significant you can talk about. When you do outbound, you want to try your best to mention that significant thing so that they understand you are not just sending mass outbound. You're not just a kind of robot sending message. That's number one. It's a little things like this that.
There's my issue
Next.
because I will just say, hey brother, and then
Okay.
like hey brother, thanks for viewing the story. That's it.
Okay. It's try to definitely change it. Send something that you notice on their profile or their bio, and it's always the first impressions. Okay? The first impressions matters a ton, and you wanna do your best to eliminate any reason or any doubts in your mind that this guy is a robot or this guy is just someone who wants my money. Because you have to understand, fitness coaching isn't a new thing. It's not a new business model. It's been here for so goddamn many years, and people have been hit up before by several fitness coaches, I can imagine, just for viewing their story, for following them, and they get hit with the same or similar kinds of messages every time. So you have to do your part to stand out as much as possible, especially now when you're still growing. You're still at like 5K followers.
Yeah,
Around there?
5,100 now. Yeah.
That's okay, but people won't feel like, oh, this person, it's not too far-fetched that you are DMing them yourself compared to someone who has like 50K followers. That's a little bit harder, but you should use the advantage. Just be a bit more personalized with people, like leave a good first impression, and then go into the actual framework. So
Got you.
so saw you viewing my story, wanted to know how's your progress been, something along those lines. Okay, and then you want to ask for their goals first, right? What is your current approach right now with your setting?
Like current approach, like in terms of the way I go about the conversation.
Yeah, in terms of the stages, I'm sure you
Let's
have
go over.
stages that you're trying to.
Yeah. let me see if I have an outbound. Like this outbound has left me, I'm going to share my screen, has left me on scene. So as you can see, it's already not personal. I mean, it's just like, what's up, brother? Just reaching out to all my followers, curious where you at in your fitness journey. And then he's like, I've been working out consistently. And I mean, I'll read this to you and you just tell me if I was an
Yeah, I'm
idiot
looking
and
at it.
messed up.
Okay. Well, 70
Well-
pounds would be. Mm,
But, like this is my advantage, Isaac, in the marketplace is since I've lost 130, like a lot of people hit plateaus and a lot of my DMs are people like, bro, they already lost weight, like they lost 80 pounds, but then they come to me
Yeah.
and they're like, man, I'm just looking to lose the last 40.
mhm.
It's like maybe that's a pain point. If I was good enough at DMs, I could kind of hammer out like, hey, you need me to break through your last plateau type of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any voice messages to talk about that specifically?
I do. Like I sent him a voice message. It's like what he said. I said, 70 isn't easy. Respect. What do you mean by plateau? Do you think that was the right approach to help break it down?
I know getting 70 was best when he just what do you mean by that was messed up? It's fine. I think you can either go both ways. Either ask about the goals or in your case, you're trying to ask about their struggles. It kind of makes sense here because you're just playing off of what he gives you. You can also ask why do you feel like you want to lose another 40 pounds? How would that change your life? Something along those lines. So
Oh, like
both
why do you
ways
feel
are-
like you need to lose the last 40? You mean?
Yeah. So understanding their really trying to understand their motivations or try to get a more specific goal in their mind.
Do you do that at this stage, or was I at the wrong stage when I asked this question? Because I was just trying to like get into his like
It's fine.
know
No,
his
no, it's
why
fine.
more. Okay.
For me, the way I think about DMs is I just know what to ask after. I send a message, I already know what the answer, like he'll give me a general answer, and I know how to ask other questions, like subsequent questions to lead him to where I want him to go. So it depends on you. If you want to start with struggles, then you just need to know when to transition into the goals. If you want to start with goals, you just need to know when to transition to struggles.
Oh,
So
okay.
this
So
fine, this
you don't
fine.
have to. What do you prefer? Do you prefer I start?
I prefer goals.
You prefer start with goals?
Yeah, I always start with goals. Because
Okay.
it's an
I'll
easier
write that
transition to motivation. And then from motivation, then you can ask about struggles. It's the most natural transition from
Interesting, dude. I had it flipped the whole time. I always started off with struggle, motivation, and then goals absolute last.
Okay.
I don't think that was the right approach because I do get left on like scene at that goal stage. Like after the value and the sauce and the motivation, all that stuff, I'm like, so yeah, what are you really trying to get to in the next 3 to 6 months? And then a lot of times like they'll just be like, oh, I want to get to
Yeah.
good shape, and then they'll leave me.
Okay. See, I think the reason why is because when you ask that, what are you trying to get to in the next? Like they kind of know you're trying to sell them something.
Yeah, I literally
But
just
if
had
you-
that thought.
If your script was flipped, so you ask about struggles at the end, they'll tell you what they're struggling with. They need to tell you what they're struggling with, right? It's something that directly affects them. And they know you're someone who has
True.
been through that before. So when they give you a problem and you are trying to ask something or you're trying to even pitch after the problem, it makes sense. Like, it's not that big of a friction because you're trying to help them solve their problems instead of you trying to sell a vision to them, try to sell a lifestyle.
That's so
to them.
true.
Okay.
That just hit me because it's like if they spill their heart out to me and at the end I ask for the goal, it's like they kind of know I'm just trying to sell.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
Okay, that's
think about it this way. When you talk about struggles, okay, it tends to get more emotional. There's more emotional depth to struggles in terms of goals, right? Goals are like, I can say I want to make 50K a month, but I cannot visualize it. I cannot relate to it. I don't know how that feels like. It's still something that is not where I'm at currently. So there's a disconnect. Like I won't feel that much of a connection with the goal of mine. But if I tell you about my struggles, I tell you exactly what I'm going through with my life right now and the little things that are holding me back, little things I hate about myself, it tends to get more emotional. And those are very good places for you to pitch a call. It's a more natural transition because you feel for the person like, yo, I don't want you to go through that. Here's what I can do for you, bro. Let's hop on a call. We can blah blah blah. Right? easier. There's more opportunities for you to pitch a call more naturally when you end off with like struggles being your the kind of almost the last part compared to goals. Does that
That's
make
so
sense?
true.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, that
Um,
just makes so much sense now. Like even logically, like why that makes so much sense, dude. I don't know why I would always ask for the goal at the end and then get ghosted. Like it makes sense now.
it does, man. Like sometimes you just gotta take a look at the bigger picture. Like sometimes you gotta test different approaches also.
So
Okay, let me
goals,
see.
motivation, then struggle.
Yeah, that's how I always do it.
Got you.
So the struggles. After struggles is like after struggles there's one more stage which is the urgency stage where that's more of a it's just more of
Share
a
my
like you need
screen.
to see how this you need to gauge you need to know how to gauge this person well enough to I'll show you some examples of urgency questions. I think of it this way, there's two ways to build urgency, two main ways, either the time aspect or just how bad they want something. Right? Because when it comes to fitness, it is harder to book people on a call in general just because fitness doesn't like they cannot really see themselves how do I say this compared to money making. I always compare it to money making offers. It is a direct correlation there. Like if I invest this person, I book a call, blah blah blah, I'm gonna get more out of this. But when it comes to fitness, a lot of it is the mindset, man. A lot of it, all of it is mindset, to be honest. So you want to ask things that can just get them to see where they're currently at right now and like what will happen if you just continue staying where you are. That's the easiest way to ask to build urgency because they have probably been through maybe 1 year, been through however X amount of months or years where they are plateauing, right? They are not really progressing in life. And now you're just trying to reframe it. Okay, if you already experienced this in the past once, what would happen in the future now if you don't do anything, you don't change anything about your situation? So that's quite I think this is one of the easiest way to build urgency.
Yeah, I was lacking all that. You'd laugh at my DMs if you see some of the way.
Let me see. I'd rather go through DMs with you than talk about framework for now. The framework
Yeah.
just goal motivation struggles. Like you really just need that for the foundation of it. And then now you want to refine your actual DM sending skills. And then when it comes to it, you can get better at urgency, get better at the transition into a page, go a little bit deeper into their like situation. All of these things can come a little bit down the road, down the line.
Do you mind sharing this doc with me? It's okay if you can't.
Then no, I can share
You're
it
the
to you.
man. You're the man.
Yeah.
Just like I'm not gonna like go by script by script, but it will help me like just readjust.
Yeah. It's not everything here I use, by the way. Like even the pictures here, sometimes I use it. Most of the time I don't. It's more. That's why it's very situation basis, and I like to. The best way my sellers learn is like actual calls with them, and I tell them exactly what to change or what is wrong, how to think about DM setting. But yeah, don't. Basically, I'm trying to say is don't stick to this
overthink it.
too strictly. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. That's very good. Show me your DMs again.
Yeah,
I'll
let
see.
me share my screen.
Send it to you.
I've been really lacking. Yeah, thank you, dude. Really lacking on the outbound. So let me find some that I've done recently. It's like this was an outbound I showed you. Well, you already know, like I kind of messed this one up.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Another thing is this guy, like, he's okay, but a lot of people, and I'm sure you deal with this all the time, is like you give them sauce, you tell them like why they're stuck and stuff, and they just say, yeah, you're right. And then they kind of just like go off. Like, what do you do when somebody tells you, like, imagine I tell you, like, Isaac, you're broke because you're not like doing this, this, and this, and what's gonna happen if you don't like this and that, and you tell them everything, they're like, yeah, you're right.
Like, yeah, I'll go do that right now. I'll do that. It's more so these are like the harder objections you have to handle, but you have to send like voice messages just challenging their current situation. Like again, talk about things that you've done, you've been through this before, you have tried already. but where has that gotten you? You know, you have all the information in the world already. Whatever I told you is not like it's something you didn't know. You do know, but you lack the implementation. You lack the actual accountability and someone who is kind of guiding you to implement all of this knowledge. Okay, that's just a very specific example for a very specific objection, but in general, it's about the challenging people with their current situation and if possible, like referencing it back to something that they've already done in the past and it led them to this problem that they are facing right now. And what they're telling me is they are gonna continue going down the same path and then expecting a different result, right? It doesn't make sense. So you want to challenge people on that regard.
Okay, that's a good way to put it. Got
Do
you.
you challenge people? I'm sure you do though. I think you're someone who I can tell from your stories that you're just you know what is the right thing to do for people. You know you're not afraid to challenge people. Is that true in the DMs?
Okay. I will tell you, like in the DMs, I'm not like Denzel. Like I'm very soft. Like I with my clients, I do challenge them and stuff. Like I tell them like this is why you're. But in the DMs, like sure, I'll say like, man, that's the wrong approach. I don't think you should do this. This will keep you stuck. But I'm very soft around it. I very rarely just directly challenge someone. Not I'm like an asshole. But, like
Yeah.
I would definitely benefit from like just challenging someone. But I'm just like
Yeah.
I'm too soft with it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Try to be like 20% more ruthless.
Just
Yeah,
more
more
direct.
straightforward with people. Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Okay, got you. More direct.
But one thing
Yeah.
you can use also is it's like what got you to this point isn't gonna get you to the other point. Like what got you your first 70 pounds loss is going to be different than the last 35 pounds that you're gonna need to lose. And it's gonna be like 10 times harder. Something along those lines where again you wanna send a voice message that you can use as a template. So that's what I did with all my clients. Like we just have certain voice messages that handles exactly like problems like this, like common problems you see in the DMs. And what is the mindset that they need to adopt first, they need to understand first in order for them to be like, okay, no, you know what Mustafa says, right? Let me see what else he has to say. Let me actually change the way I view this problem that I have. And it's a lot easier now because you guys are on the same wavelength. You guys are thinking and approaching fitness the same wave. Now it's easier for them to be like, okay, let me get some help from this guy. Oh, I didn't know about this. Now that I know, it feels so much harder now. Oh, he's actually right. My last 40 pounds,
True.
it's probably going to be 10 times harder than my first 70 pounds. And because he taught me this, I want to see how he can actually help me get there. So
That
yeah,
makes
voice
sense.
messages.
Okay. Yeah, I need to do them more. I do them sometimes, but I rarely. And I know
Go
Denzel
through-
uses them a lot and stuff.
Yeah. So go through all your past like take a few, take 1 or 2 hours, go through any conversations and go listen to the audio messages and any audio messages that are not specific. So you don't include people's name. You don't say like 70 pounds. You just say, oh, what got you to 1 point? It's not going to get you to the second point. Something more generic. Those kind of voice messages you want to send to yourself. You can send to your own account. And
Mhm.
whenever you need, right, you want to send it and label, give a quick context like when do you want to send these voice messages to people. Then you have a lot. And then whenever you get a similar objection, you don't have to spend 3 minutes here. I see a 3-minute voice messages already. You can just send him the same thing because you know
Copy and paste.
and you have curated it already. You have curated the kind of messages that you want to have in your arsenal. Okay.
Will do. Got you.
Yep.
In terms of this specific conversation, why do you think he ghosted me? Like, so he said, "Yeah, you're 100% right. I do have loose skin, but I'm still fat, so it's hard to tell." And then this is like another thing. Like they always tell me, like, "Oh, I'll definitely start taking what you told me. Like, I'll take your information if that could help. I know, inshallah, which is God willing, when I lose
Yeah.
the weight, I will have a lot." And I was like, 100%, bro. It can be very tricky to lose fat and skin. It's very hard to tell. I'm glad you want to take action to get to the next level, though. And then I ask him, what are you really doing to make sure you don't look small by the time the last 40 pounds are gone? Because this is where a lot of people go wrong.
Yeah, it's too
That-
soft, right? It's definitely too
Too
soft.
soft.
Even the first part, you're 100% bro, gauging loose fat. All those is you're validating them already as the first thing, which is not good. This person immediately is a mindset problem. Like he's gonna start taking this. He's trying to I know when I lose the weight, I will have a lot. So being proactive about it is important. Yeah, he just doesn't know what he's doing. He's giving a very surface level answer to what he's actually gonna do. Taking collagen is not gonna help him that much. Okay, what he needs to know, I think what you need to know is exactly what he'll do to get there. What are you really doing to make sure you don't look soft? It's more by the time those 45 are gone. He left you on red, son?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, do you think he left me on scene just because of him, or did I have the wrong approach? I just want to know if it's a me problem so I can fix it.
It's always think of it as a you problem. There's always things you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, what did the voice messages? Usually when people send voice messages, it's a pretty good sign that they trust you and you guys are having a decent conversation.
Mhm.
Can you summarize? Do you remember what the voice messages were roughly about?
I think for him, what did he was like? Let's see what I told him. It wants to transcribe. So
Okay, that
first,
seems like
so he sent the
consistency.
first voice message, which was a good sign.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, oh, I just need to be more consistent. You know, the standard stuff. Like, I need to be more consistent. I need to clean up my diet, like normal stuff.
Yeah.
So I need, like, he literally was giving me green flags, dude. If I could have literally closed this dude, like, he was telling me I need a consistency and a routine. Like, he's telling me he needs
Yeah.
the stuff that I have.
He knows.
I-
So, and this is the thing. People already know what they need to do. Your job as a coach most of the time is to challenge people on why haven't you done it already? Right? You say all of this, like, you know what you need to do. Why haven't you done it? Why aren't you in the shape that you want to be already? Right? That's kind of the thinking you need to have when you approach all of these messages, because they are all smokescreen, right? They are all messages that people tell themselves, yeah, I know what I'm doing. But it's not about knowing what they're doing. It's literally the implementation. Like, are they actually sticking to it every single day, consistently enough for a long period of time? They're not. And that's why they are not to their goals. So your next message here should be something that challenges him already. Like literally at this stage.
So like an example I could do was like okay, so he said to like ask him like, oh bro, I get that, but like why have you not been consistent or something like along those lines, do you mean? Okay.
Yeah, something that along the lines of the consistency part. So you're trying to attack their mindset. Because it is a mindset issue at the end of the day. Right? He knows what he needs to do already, but he's not doing it consistently enough or doing it more enough. I get that, but it seems like consistency and structure is really holding you back. When you track macros, you know how to do this, but are you making sure that they're tracked? Because biggest thing I see people,
Yeah, I think
it's like every couple of weeks, every couple of hours. Right now, you know when you're fat, you know how you're supposed to fat at one point. Okay, scroll down a bit more. Like you can just do anything. You can walk more, and that's it. You don't even have to eat healthy in this way. They forget that yes, you can track your macros. Yes, you need cardio, you lift weights, but these are things need way more structure, way more detail than people really. So this is just a question. So we've been too many plateau. I think it's good. I think all the way up to the end is good, but the last part is too mellow already. So I'm this is just a question for you because I'm curious.
This part?
Yeah, so this is just a question for you because I'm curious, like, have you been adjusting this? You know damn well he hasn't. You know what I mean? You know damn well he hasn't. So just challenge him on that regard. Like, why haven't you? You can just say, I assume, the reason why you reach out to me is because you have not been doing all of this in the first place. That would have been a way better thing you could have said instead of asking him, like, have you been? You just want to
because that's a yes or no question. Yeah, he can. Yeah. Shit, dude, that makes sense.
It's more of I like to give people a benefit of doubt that they are not dumb people. Like they do know what they're doing. And I think they'll appreciate it too if I assume that they are smart already. Because now when we work backwards, it's like they're already a smart person. They think we think that they are a smart person. Right. And they want us to think that way about them. Right. Who doesn't want to be a smart person? So if we are able to challenge them on things, oh, why didn't you do this? You know, I'm assuming, smart people do this, or people that do have the discipline, people that do want their goals back now, they would have really done this. So why haven't you done this? Question mark. So you're just a little bit more curious as to why they're not at their goals, instead of trying to ask them like what have you been doing specifically, or have you been doing this, yes or no?
I'll tell you this.
assume that- Yeah.
The one thing I'm getting out of this call that's so helpful is, bro, I think what you're telling me is like I rarely attack mindset things, and I always like try to like be a level 1 fitness coach and be like, oh, why are you not tracking your macro? Like, which macros are you tracking, or are you adjusting your macros?
Yeah.
Surface level dumb things. I don't do it every DM, but like now I know that you're pointing it out. Like that's probably why I'm losing so many people, because nobody
Yeah.
really cares about that stuff. People care about like the deeper, the
Yeah.
mindset and stuff. Yeah.
all this is not fun to talk about. So have you been tracking? You're putting a lot of pressure on him on the technical
True.
aspects. These are things that, by the way, you want to actually talk about on a sales call, or even on an onboarding call after they have bought from you. But you never really want to circle around the technical aspects in the DMs, because it's, first of all, it's not fun, and second of all, I'm pretty sure like they know themselves, you know themselves, that they are not doing the technical stuff. That's why they are here in the first place, right? But the problem is, in order for them to do the technical stuff, their mindset has to be right. Their approach to fitness has to be right first. The foundation has to be right for them to actually go and do all the things. Think about it this way: the dieting stuff, the training program is a vehicle for them to get to their goals. But if their mind is not even right, and you don't address this, you don't address the root cause of the issue, and you're trying to sell the vehicle already, they can't see themselves using that vehicle to get to their goals, right? So you have to address the mindset. So I always, whenever it comes to a technical problem in the DMs, I tell my sellers to acknowledge it slightly, give a little bit of sauce if you need to, but always the next message should be about the mindset, go back to the root cause of the issue for them.
I don't do that. There's an issue. Yeah, like literally now that you say this, I just recalled like 5 leads to where I made this idiotic mistake of like getting too technical. And I could tell, bro, like they were just bored. Like nobody cares that they need to
Yeah,
adjust
okay.
their macros.
Mm.
Man, that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
This is also why the goal is, I like to have goals and motivation at the start, because that's more fun. I feel like it's more engaging for people to talk about those kind of things. And
Yeah.
the way I see DM setting like nowadays is like, how can I make it engaging for this person to tell me his problems, tell me his goals and whatever, while also making sure that he's, investing. When he tells me all of this deeper stuff, that he's emotionally investing his time and energy into this conversation. And when you have that at the start, okay, it's a lot easier for them to stay all the way to the end, for you to finish like a conversation cycle. But if you were to have like diet stuff at the beginning, the very boring macros, especially macros, that's such a boring thing to talk about. And it's so
So
straightforward.
boring, dude.
People are like, he's gonna sell me on macros. I don't want to hear macros. I already know. I've heard this my entire life that I need to track my
Yeah.
macros. I don't want to track my macros. But why don't they want to track their
man.
macros? Like, it's a mindset thing.
It's so
you need to
obvious
solve
now.
the mindset first.
There's my bottleneck, dude. You literally that's my bottleneck. That's why I was reaching out to you, because I had everything inversed. Everything.
Mhm.
Like I knew these, like what you're telling me, I knew it, but I was an idiot and I didn't always like bring it to the surface. And I'd always let my like macro brain come out and like talk about that stuff. But I know it doesn't matter. There's my
I see.
bottleneck. I'm not even gonna like waste any more of your time. I'll tell you straight up, that's my bottleneck, is that everything was inversed. So like it would be like macros, like a goal weight, and then at the very end would be like maybe like the goal and the why, like brushed over. And then I send a call link and no one books, and I'm like shocked, but that makes so much sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I'd say keep all the technical aspects on a call, either the sales call if it makes sense, or just keep it on an onboarding call, because as long as you get their mindset right and they think like you, right? They kind of think in the same wavelength as you, and they just trust you that you're able to get them their goals. All the technical stuff is like, oh, yeah, onboarding call, after you pay me, I'll set up another call and we set up all the macros and whatnot. And then you can, on that call itself, explain to them the macros, ask them how they have been tracking their stuff and all the technical stuff. Okay. But
Oh my god.
usually on the sales
Okay,
call, you
one
want to. Sorry,
that
go
makes a
ahead.
lot of sense. I'll tell you, you're 100% right, because when I think about the clients that I have closed, it was always like your approach. It was, I would like ask them about the goals, the struggle, the motivation. I would have a genuine conversation. I would do nothing technical. Even if they asked me, I'd be like, yeah, like that's important, but then I'd go straight back to it. Like now that
Okay.
I'm thinking about all the people I closed, but I told you like my process is all over the place, and that's why I was reaching out to you, because I just want to dial it in more.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. One last question for you.
Yeah.
So like, let's say you are being really good with the mindset and stuff, but somebody is still being persistent and like with the technical. I'm assuming I just like correct them. I just like check them and I'd be like, yes, good question. I'm glad you care about the technical, but that's actually not what's going to get you to your goal. Like it's not information. Do you think that's the right approach to go at? Like, let's say somebody keeps asking me, like, I have a lot of loose skin. Should I take collagen? Should I track calories? Should I exercise? Should I do this split? And they're very persistent, because I've had that happen before. Do I keep checking them, or do I just give them the sauce?
Okay. Yeah, that's it's kind of a. Okay, in general, I would just give people the sauce. There's no reason for me to hold them back on that. But it's more so I think you did it right, where you let them know, yes, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do, but I can tell you from my experience, so it's not the knowledge that you lack that is going to get you to your goals, right? You just need to know how to implement things the right way, the right time, how to structure your proper diet, how to structure your trainings properly. And so you just want to make sure that they understand. By the way, when it comes to those kind of people, you can kind of assume they are not very good leads, right? Just because they think
Yeah, I've seen.
they're lacking in information. So give them what they want, yes, but offer them another perspective on how they should look at fitness going forward, and just leave them be. Like let them get nurtured by your content. You don't need to sell them on like right there and then already. This kind of people, their mindset, they are not ready to receive help from you until their mindset is kind of shifted to how you approach just losing skin in general. So give them what they want, but end off with a challenge, end off with something that they can, new perspective that they can try to adopt. And I'm telling you, these are the people that will come back to you a month later, 2 months later, and they're like, okay, what you say is true. I've tried it myself already. It hasn't worked. I want to work with you.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, give them
That's
what they
very
want.
helpful.
Don't withhold information.
Give them and then just reframe it.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Dude, this was such a helpful call. Thank you, Isaac.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
I'm gonna go and
I think-
I'm gonna go look at my old DMs and cringe a little bit now with what you were telling me, because of how much stuff I had flipped. Like I
Yeah,
genuinely,
cool.
dude, I can't wait till I scale and just be like, I want to be a big testimonial for you, bro, because you've given me so much value that I just want to be like, guys, this is why I was stuck. And then my boy took me to 10 to 20K a month.
Dude, that would be awesome, man. That
Oh,
would
you
be
bro.
so awesome.
That's my biggest motivation, is like I need to get my shit together because of people like you who are helping me so much in the start. Even like Jake and Denzel, because I have a call with Denzel tomorrow. Like they're telling me, because I probably have the most followers, like the second most followers in that coaching program.
Yeah.
And like I'm pulling more views and lapping everyone in that program.
Yeah.
But I'm making the least because like, so much of my stuff is falling through the cracks.
Oh man. Okay.
Losing.
You can see. Yeah, the DM setting, man, you have to get that shit dialed in
Yeah.
properly. Okay, don't let anybody lose, don't let anything slide also in the DMs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's literally it,
trust me,
dude.
this is what you need, bro. From you getting
I'm
your
literally
15K
I'm
money.
literally like this conversation away from it. Yeah, like this conversation is gonna help me so much. I could probably close a sale or two this month, because now that I talked to you and I've just actually focused more on DMs, my content, I have an idea with it. I can dial it down, but my DMs, like I told you, all the cracks are like everybody's falling through, and I'm so stressed with it that like I'll DM somebody, and as soon as I see a little bit of resistance or like I don't know what to do, I'll just kind of like play it off, and then I'll leave them and I'll lose them because I get lost in the sauce. But no,
It's
bro,
very complex, to be fair. It is very
I gotta be
complex.
your second biggest testimonial. I know Denzel is ripping.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait to
But in
there's a
terms of
killer
like
out there.
DM setting overall, I come to you because to be honest, bro, you have more like in-depth, actual, like helpful information for DMs. And I'm not talking
Mm.
down on him. He's great.
Yeah,
Like
see.
it's surface level. Yeah, to answer your
I
question.
see. Okay.
This call was
Yeah, I wanna
genuinely helpful.
I appreciate it. And yeah, again, you're this few conversations away, and the proper conversation, properly like connecting with your audience and pitching them at the right timing. Just a few of this away from making your first 10K, 15K, even like 20K
Bro, you
months.
have no idea how hungry I am for it. Yeah.
Okay. That's great,
Bro,
man.
we're gonna be a big testimonial. As soon as I hit 10K a month, I'm hopping on and we can run a testimonial because I can literally contribute you as to why
Yeah.
the biggest reason as to why I could hit a 10K a month within the next 2 to 3 months. Because like this
Yeah.
is my bottleneck. I'm telling you straight up. Like I don't struggle with views. I don't struggle with followers. I don't struggle with that. I
Yeah.
struggle with DMs. And you're the man.
Let's get it, man. I definitely want to help you make sure that you're hitting your potential. Okay, with your again, I see your following, I see your views. There's no way you can't close, multiple clients like hit like 15K, 20K months. Like
Yeah.
it is your traction is really huge. Your testimony itself is such a great testament of who you are as a character and your approach to fitness. And you're a great role model for a lot of these people that are a lot of steps or a few steps behind you. And yeah, in general, your content is crushing it. I know you've been showing up authentically in your stories. I think sometimes I see you like singing songs or something. Like
Bro,
it's very cool. Like
I have fun with my stories. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
But bro, thank you for your time though. Genuinely.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do this, and I genuinely appreciate your time, bro.
Now I want to help, man. All right, that's it.
All right. I
Good luck,
appreciate you.
best of luck in the
See you,
DMs,
Isaac.
and I'm hoping to see some good news. All right.
You already know. Give me 2 months and I'm gonna be a testimonial.
Okay. All right.
All right,
take care,
see you,
bro.
brother.